Folks, now this is a legendary interview. Man, when you talk New Orleans music, down south, I mean, Cash Money Records, alumni, so much more I could say, man. Who we got on the camera?
What's happening, y'all? This your boy LIL YA, aka Mr. You Heard Me, 1/3 of the notorious group U.N.L.V, formerly of the legendary record label Cash Money Records.
I just want to tell you before we get the interview started, man, I'll give you your flowers, man. Appreciate everything that you've done for the music, and thank you for being on the platform. It's truly an honor, man.
It's all good, dog. It's all good. Appreciate that, man.
So before we go into the music and everything, how was it growing up as a kid in New Orleans?
Oh, as a kid in New Orleans, I mean, it was rough. You know, a lot of rough situations and, you know, stuff like that. But to be honest, I'm totally honest with you. We had the best time of our lives. We didn't even know we was living in the areas we was living in. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it was like a village. You know, neighbors was able to talk to other, you know, neighbors' kids and tell them right from wrong without having to hear anything from the neighbor. You know what I mean? It was all good. We had fun. You know what I'm saying? I had both parents, so, you know, I was always considered like a little Richard of the hood. You know what I mean? But I mean, I still went through a lot of things that a lot of other people, you know, coming up in the hood went through. You know what I mean?
That's good, man. So, like, for those who don't know, what projects consist of the Third Ward?
The Third Ward consists of the Magnolia, Melfamine, and the Callio project.
And how far apart are, you know, how far apart are these projects from each other?
They all at least, I'll say, like, no more than 3 miles from each other. Okay. Like 2.5 miles at the most.
Oh, good. Now, which projects were like kind of like, I guess, like rock with each other the most?
Well, at first you had the Callio and the Magnolia really rocking hard. You know what I mean? Until, you know, they had some drug wars going on and all that kind of shit that divided them. You know, but the Magnolia and the Callio really was closer than the Melf with any of those projects.
Oh, man. So, how did you start doing music?
Well, I'm gonna say it was really forced on me. You know what I mean? I've been musically inclined all my life. My mom put me in band at like 5 years old, man. I was in school bands from 5 up until high school. You know, I even had a special drum class on Saturdays. I remember being like 10, 11 years old. You know, everybody outside playing football. Mom's bringing me to drum lesson and shit like this. You know, she was paying for me to further my skills in music. And I had a musically inclined family as well. You know, I had aunts that sung and uncles that played instruments and stuff like that. I don't only rap. I play a lot of different instruments as well.
So we're gonna dive into Tech and Yella. How did y'all meet?
Well, me and Yella came up from like babies, literally diapers. You know, Yella stayed right around the corner from me, and our families was real close before we was even born. So Yella is like a close friend. You know what I'm saying? And I met Tech in the 7th grade. We was going to a school called Woodson. I was in the 3rd grade. He just had moved from out the Melfamine project around our way. Actually, he moved on 6th and Barone. And we met the first day of school. We got into it and shit, you know, about to scrap it out over some dumb shit the first day of school, first day we met. So, you know, we didn't end up fighting and became best friends like brothers. You know, we found out that he was staying in the hood. I introduced him to Yella and a few more of my partners. And it's been like brotherly love since that day.
Now, what made y'all start U.N.L.V?
Well, our history, for those that don't know, we started rapping at the age of 12 when we met. And we had a group called the Sporty MCs, which we formed with my little sister. She was only 3 at the time. So we was on a positive kick, you know, talking about crack and what it was doing our hood and this type shit, you know what I'm saying? We entered every talent show in the city and we won it. We won the main radio station talent show out there, and they promised us a record deal. That didn't happen, so that like killed our dreams of being rappers. So later on, like we getting ready to finish high school, 17, 18. You know, we had a crew. It was like 7 of us, and we used to call ourselves U.N.L.V. all the time. You know, which means Uptown Niggas Living Violent. You know, so we started rapping again because we saw people like Juvenile, DJ Jimmy, you know, Gregory D. They was all cutting records, and those were people that we knew. You know, so we was like, yeah, we could do that, man. Let's just jump back in and see what's happening. And that's what me and Tech did. We ended up making a song called Another Bitch in a ballroom called Newton's one night. And we like made copies of the tape. And we sold the tapes for like $5 a pop. And we ended up selling like maybe 2,000 of them out of our trunk. Baby and Slim got a hold of one of the tapes and set up a meeting. You know, and that was the introduction to Cash Money.
So that's when y'all signed to Cash Money.